Hello guys, my name is Balakrishna Srivastava and welcome to Code with BK. So in this video we solved competency focused practice questions for ICSE Class 10 Computer Applications Boards 2025 students. So before we begin, it is a request to please subscribe to my channel. So I've already solved question 1 to 70 for this in separate videos, okay? And the link to the videos you can find in the description of this video. We start solving question 71 onwards, and I will try to solve as many as questions possible in this video. If there are questions left, they will be solved in separate videos, and the link for those videos you can find in the description of this video. Okay, so starting with question 71, give this a reading. Okay, so in this question you have to accept the purchase amount and number of years, and then you have to print the details that includes the final amount and the EMI. So you have to calculate the EMI. Okay, so I'm going to write a class Q71. Okay, you can name the class anything you want as long as this is a valid identifier, valid class name. Okay, the technical name for a class name or any name that you provide in a Java program is called an identifier. Okay, if you have read through tokens, you'll understand it's one of the tokens. Okay, so the first function is to accept the purchase amount. Oh, I need private data members. Okay, so I need a double type member for purchase amount, which is P. I need an int type member for the number of years. Okay, you can take the number of years in float or double as well as a floating point value, but I'll take it in integers. Okay, number of years. Then you also have to calculate rate of interest, amount, and EMI. So I will take separate members for rate, which is R, separate member for amount, which is A, and a separate member for EMI, which is going to be an int. Okay, because it says converted into EMI dividing amount by number of funds, which has to be a whole number, that is an integer, rounded off to the nearest integer. So we can use math.round, okay, and then get the integer part of it, out of it. Okay, method to accept the purchase amount and the tenure in years. Okay, public void accept. Okay, so I need a scanner object to read input from the user. Okay, scanner system dot in. Okay, close the scanner. Okay, and then read the purchase amount and the number of years. Okay, so I'm going to prompt the user, print a statement to the output asking for the purchase amount and then read the purchase amount. The prompt statement is not mandatory, you can skip it, but it gives a good idea to the examiner that what you're trying to do in the code. And also for me, I get a prompt on the screen, so that's good for me as well. So okay, so read the purchase amount. So this is out, prompting with a print statement, not println, enter purchase amount. Okay, then you say P is scanner dot next double. Okay, because P is a double type and we've already declared P as a double, so you don't have to say double P again, because then this becomes a local member and we don't assess this one. Okay, we don't want that. Okay, all right, so then we do the same thing, read the tenure. Okay, so I'll ask enter tenure in years. Okay, and tenure is n, which is going to be next int. Okay, your SM method is done. Okay, and whenever I'm solving ICSE programming questions, I always write the accept method separately, because if you look at the IC questions, the one for class 12th, they always have a separate accept method. So in a way it is following the pattern that they're expecting. Okay, then we have a method to calculate the EMI, that will calculate our rate of interest, amount, and EMI, and then method to print the details. Oh, print the details. Okay, so public void calculate EMI. Okay, all right, the first thing is to get the rate of interest. So if purchase amount is less than 20,000, R is 12, otherwise R is 15. So calculate the rate of interest. Okay, so if purchase amount is less than 20,000, rate is going to be 12, else rate is going to be 15. Okay, so you can omit these braces because there's only one line under if and else block. Okay, this is optional. Okay, you can do it like this as well. Okay, then we find the final amount. Okay, so A. Okay, and you see this is R. I'm not doing double R. Okay, because this R is already declared as a data member here. Okay, A is going to be P into, following the formula, mat.pow 1 plus R by 100 into N, which is N in years. Okay, following this formula. Okay, then we have a calculate EMI. Okay, so EMI is going to be the entire amount divided by the number of months. So I'll say in num months is going to be 12 into N. Okay, 1 year has 12 months, so total months are going to be 12 into N, and int EMI, which is already declared, is going to be math dot round. You divide the entire amount by number of months. Okay, and since round returns a long type, we get the integer, corresponding integer, using explicit typecasting. Okay, so if you take a pointer here, you get a long. Okay, and it returns a long because it is rounding up a double type. A double type value when rounded up may not be an integer type. Okay, because the range for integer is smaller, range for long is larger. Okay, so we have the EMI, we have A, and we have R. EMI, nice. Okay, so we say finally public void print. Okay, and we print in the very given format: purchase amount, rate of interest, amount of interest, EMI. So I say sys out. Okay, purchase amount plus P, then I say rate of interest, okay, which is R, then I say amount with interest. Okay, try to keep the output as close as possible to the one given in the question. You don't want to give the examiner any chance to deduct your marks. Okay, so amount with interest is going to be A, and then EMI is going to be EMI. Yep, that's it. We need 4 details. Okay, so this is your class and this is done. We create an object and then we say Q7 O equal to new Q7. Okay, O dot accept first, then O dot calculate EMI, then O dot print. Okay, let us run this. So I'll say 10,000. Okay, so the rate of interest is going to be 12. Okay, so 1200 is going to be the rate of interest for 1 year. So 10,000 plus 1200. Okay, 10,000 plus 1200. So if you multiply this by 12, you get this value roughly. Okay, because this is rounded off. Okay, so this is your question 71. Okay, and now we move on to the next question 72. So take a minute and give this question a reading. Okay, so you have to check if an input number integer is an USHWA number or not. And USHWA number is where sum of all digits equal to 2 into sum of first and last. Okay, and you also have to print an error message if the input number is not of 3 digits. Okay, so you check for the number of digits in the number. If it is valid, you go on to process for USHWA number or not USHWA number. If it is not 4 digits, you print an error message. Okay, so I'm going to write a class. You have to do this in a class, right? Define a class. Okay, so I'll say class Q72. Okay, again you can name the class name anything you want, as long as this is a valid identifier. So private data members. Okay, this is going to private int n. Okay, you need to accept this 4-digit number. Okay, so public void accept the way it was in the previous question. Scanner object, scanner equal to new scanner system dot in. Okay, scanner dot close. Read a 4-digit integer. Okay, so it says that if the input value is 354, which is of 3 digits, you have to show an error message that it is only 3 digits. Okay, and you were supposed to enter a 4-digit number. Okay, so whenever we are solving questions for ICSE, you can assume that the type of the value which is entered, that is correct. Okay, you don't have to check if the value entered is a string type and then you say, okay, no, it is string, you are supposed to enter an integer. No, you can be assured that the type of value or values entered are going to be correct. In this case, it depends upon the user if the user enters a 2-digit, 3-digit or 4-digit. Okay, but you're expecting a 4-digit integer. Okay, so you will read an integer and the input is guaranteed to be an integer, and then you have to check if it is 4-digit or not. Okay, So I say sys out print enter a 4-digit number. Okay, n is scanner next int. Okay, then we need a method to check for USHWA number. Okay, so I'll say public void check USHWA number. Okay, does not accept any arguments because it will be checking this n which is available to this function because it is in the same class for USHWA number. Okay, all right, so you basically first check for the number of digits. Okay, check if this n is 4 digits. Okay, so to find the number of digits in an integer, you can use string or you can use loops. This is explained in detail in a separate video on my channel. The link of that video will be in the description of this video. Okay, so I basically convert the integer to the corresponding string value. You can use this, or you can also say nstr is string dot value of, and you pass n. Okay, this function dot value of converts whatever primitive value that you have passed inside to the corresponding string. Okay, or you can add a blank to a n. Okay, this function is very widely used in this objective type questions, so you should know about this function. Okay, so you say int num digits is going to be nstr dot length. Okay, if the number of digits is not 4, if num digits is not equal to 4, okay, you print error message, please enter a 4-digit number. Okay, I'll say error. Okay, and I'll return. There is no more processing needed if the number of digits are not 4. Okay, then we do our processing to find the sum of first and last and the sum of the entire number. Okay, the first thing is find the sum of first and last digit. Okay, so I'll say int sum of first and last. Okay, so we can extract digits from this string which will be extracted as characters. Then you can convert that character to a corresponding integer. Okay, how? The first character is going to be at nstr dot char at 0. Okay, and the last character is going to be at nstr dot char at nstr dot length -1, which is going to be the last index. Okay, so these are characters. You convert them into corresponding integers by subtracting the character 0. Okay, when you do this, the corresponding ASCII values are being subtracted, and so you get the corresponding integer whatever is stored in these characters. Okay, so if say this character here that we get is 2, so ASCII value of 2 is 50, ASCII value of 0 is digit 0 in a character is 48, so 51 is 48, you get 2, so you're able to get integer 2 from the character 2. Okay, same for all the other digit characters because they are all contiguous, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 till 9. Okay, so you get sum of first and last. Then we do B is find the sum of all digits. So I'll say int sum of digits. Okay, and you can say sum of all digits. For this we can loop the entire string I plus plus. Okay, and I can say sum of digits plus equal to nstr dot char at I minus 0. Okay, so you get the digit as a character from nstr dot char at I. Then you can just extract the corresponding digit as an int by doing -0. Okay, just as you did here. Okay, so we got sum of digits, we got sum of first and last. Okay, then we check USHWA number, that is if sum of first and last sum of all digits is equal to 2 into sum of first and last. Okay, this is not needed, this is extra, you don't need this. Okay, if this is the case, I print n, which is storing a number, is an USHWA number, else okay, I say n is not an USHWA, not n capitals. Okay, and that's it. Okay, let me just create an object o equal to new question 72 o dot accept o dot check. Okay, So I am going to check for 1 2 3 4, which is our first case. This is an Ushwa number. Let me just add a exclamation mark here, an exclamation mark here. Say 1 2 3 4. Nice. Run again, say 345. Okay, please enter the 4-digit number. Run again, enter a 2-digit number. Run again, enter a 1-digit number. Run again, enter a 5-digit number. They all say errors. Then I say 1 3 3 5. Okay, Ushwa number. Okay, then I say 1 2 2 3. Okay, and the other way of describing a number is an Ushwa number or not, if the sum of the first and the last digit is equal to the sum of the middle 2 digits. Okay, so 3 plus 1 is 4, 2 plus 2 is 4, and similarly in this case as well. Okay, the other way of thinking of an Ushwa number. Okay, so this is a question 72. Okay, so I guess this video is already very long, so I'm going to solve the others in separate videos. Make sure you check the description of this video to find the link to the other videos. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comments. You can always mention in the comments if there is a question you want to solve or if there's a concept you want to discuss. So please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.